Welcome back to Britain's Worst Driver. Our atrocious 8 have one challenge left to persuade the judges to give them one of our brand new cars. Who will it be? Our second challenge should see our dimwit drivers slip-sliding all over the place in a skid car.
95% of all drivers in the UK admit they wouldn't know what to do in a skid. Understanding how to cope when your car suddenly loses grip is something most of us are never taught. We've put our contestants in a specially designed skid cradle. The cradle electronically lifts the car's wheels off the ground to simulate a loss of traction. Now, we knew this would be hard, but what we really wanted to find out is how our contestants drive without their partners on board. In the passenger seat is our head of skidding, Martin.
Now, this challenge is about controlling your car in bad weather. If you were to hit a greasy road, standing water, black ice, lose control, back end goes out, knowing how to catch it could save your life.
All our drivers have to do is to avoid hitting things.
Here we go. She's out, caught it. Holding, we're coming up to a very, very sharp one. Scrub off the speed. And she's going. We've caught it. And we go to a garage now, and I've got to stop, and it's black ice, and I've not got to hit this wall. And I haven't.
Before the challenge, we taught everybody the laws of skid control. Don't panic, be gentle with the brake and throttle. Oh dear. If the back slides, steer towards it, and always, always avoid locking up your brakes like this, because stopping will take an eternity. This is the last chance for our drivers to impress the judges with some improvement. Leaden-footed as ever, Luton Mum Sharon nails the throttle, and it all gets very messy.
I tend to put my feet on the pedals and freeze them there, you know, in times of panic, just and just hope and let the best happen.
Again, she stabs at the brake and locks up all the wheels.
That wasn't so good.
So what do our judges think?
When you're driving, what are you seeing? What's going through your mind?
A to B, quick as possible, shortest route.
Mick, is Sharon going to get the paramedics out?
Look, she says she wants the shortest, quickest route. I'm just wondering, is it the hospital or the morgue?
Street racer Craig is usually found lowering the property values of Tamworth.
You've just gone over a red light. Oh, you could have killed someone then.
There's nobody about.
What you're about to see isn't bravado for the cameras. This is how Craig drives normally.
To reverse, sort it out. Look at the position there. That is
Unbelievable.
Despite a long lecture about gentle use of the throttle and brake, Craig guns the gas so hard that he can't even stay on the course. Once he tastes speed, he goes bonkers.
He is an absolute worry on the road.
You shouldn't be on the road.
Not my tyres!
Craig, as we'll see later, actually likes losing control. Lighting up the rear tyres like that and flooring the gas is getting him nowhere very fast.
I can't believe people have licences who drive this badly.
Actually, no responsibility taking it on.
You can see that Craig really enjoys driving like a nutter, but he knows what his problems are.
You're braking. I had to learn more stopping distances more than anything, I think.
You drive at speed, and you drive at a speed which is above your capabilities, to be honest. You're going to have to calm it down and think a bit more about what you're doing.
You tend to stab at the controls like a prize fighter, Craig.
I've been told I've got a lead right foot.
Neil, would you insure Craig? Honest answer to honest question.
How many cars have you written off, Craig?
About 30.
30. The answer's no, Quentin.
Kay makes amends after a disastrous first challenge with an uneventful round. When we first met 18-year-old Arif in North London, he drove so wildly that our driving instructor got the wobbles and bailed out of his car.
Sorry.
But now he's driving like Sister Wendy. We're beginning to suspect that he's driving like a nun to win a car.
Well done again.
What's your driving normally like?
My driving can be very dangerous to other people around me and other
I'll
cars.
concur. I've seen you drive, and you are a lunatic.
I was.
You was.
I was.
Now, Arif says that he's undergone this miraculous conversion. Do either of you two buy this?
We'll wait and see, shall we?
At last, a genuine sliver of improvement. Joseph is a much better driver without his wife.
Listen, it's so quiet without her.
With no one to bend his ear, he concentrates hard, controls his car, completes a blameless round, and doesn't hit a thing.
Well done. Could we also, at this stage, have June, Joseph's wife?
When you're driving, Joseph, are you driving or is June?
I am driving.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But when I saw your performance on the skid pan on your own, you, and I say this with the greatest possible respect, June, you drove better because you were making those decisions yourself. You were coping with the situation, and you did, I have to say, very, very well indeed.
You were excellent and you were able to enjoy it as well.
Becky, however, seems to have forgotten everything we've ever taught her.
Oh my goodness.
Let's put the car into reverse.
Absolutely no concept but speed.
Keep going.
Oh, he's so pressed.
Okay, go and turn it round.
How?
She's another one who seems to hit the pedals with a lump hammer. Unlike Joseph, Becky doesn't show any improvement at all away from her nominator. But she's still adamant her bad driving is all her mother's fault.
I would like to know what you feel your mother's role is.
I just blank what she says out. And then as I'm blanking that out, also I'm blanking my surroundings and that as well. Because I want to actually shut off. My driving on my own and my driving with someone else is completely different.
Do you think you're a better driver on your own?
Yeah.
The judges weren't impressed. They need to agree that one of our 8 has shown some vestige of improvement. Only then can I start giving away one of those new cars.
These people need to have some serious improvement.
That's right.
When he got me up, it went up 70-80%.
I think for me there's just one person that showed an improvement and it seems quite clear.
The time is upon us. The time when we decide who is the most improved driver. But I have to say, none of these drivers are ready to go back on the road and be considered fantastic, brilliant, good even. They still need a lot of remedial work. But one of them has convinced me and the judges that they have shown enough improvement to win that brand shiny new car. So who's it going to be? Joseph, would you like to have a look at a car?
Joseph is still no Schumacher, but he did get better, a bit. So to build up his confidence, I gave him this rather self-important Rover, much better than his feeble old Ford. I also chucked in a course of driving lessons from the Institute of Advanced Motorists.
Oh, I was so excited when they told me that I've won the prize and I'm not Britain's worst driver. But I told June that when we go home, I'm going to open the bottle of champagne and I'm going to dancing all over the place on my own.
Join us next time and be appalled as our surviving 7 forget where the brake pedal is. And remember, one of this lot is going to be crowned Britain's worst driver. Which one would you choose?
All lovely people, but really crap drivers. Quentin's back with the dodgy decorators in Britain's worst DIYer tomorrow night at 8. But up next tonight, clips from the dangerous side of sport. Sporting Disasters is after the break.